Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Say What Needs to Be Said. I'm your host, Asante, Mr. Pick Six Samuel, two-time Super Bowl champion, Pro Bowler, all-pro record-breaking cornerback, and the last cornerback to intercept 50 interceptions during the 16-game season era. I bet y'all can't even name cornerbacks that intercepted 50 interceptions. Y'all know I always got to give y'all a little swag and a little twist in the when we giving the introduction to say what needs to be said. But how we doing out there? Thursday night vibes, man. We got a lot to discuss tonight, man. Make sure y'all tap in, get your coffee, get your milk, get your water, get your alkaline water, your water with some lemon, whatever you're doing, man, to stay healthy. And, health is wealth out here. Let me bring on my co-host for the night, 2-3 Drees. How we doing out tonight,
yo,
baby?
Yo, what's
how
up?
We doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. I can't complain, man. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I can't complain. Thursday is always one day closer to the weekend. So I know everybody's out there in the what we like to call it, the rat race, is excited about this weekend, man. But I like what I saw tonight. Tonight was a pretty good game, man. I like to see good defense, and that was a really good defense tonight, man. Sure. How many people out there like the Texans, man, and support the Texans, man? Man, they have a really good defense, man. If C.J. Stroud was there tonight, man, they probably would have put up a lot of points on the offensive side of the football, man. Davis Mills, he started off a little shaky, but he got settled in and got things going, man. He got things going. But let's get into it. Davis Mills and the Texans defense beat Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills 23-19. On Thursday night football prime time, baby. Josh Allen got beat by Davis Mills, man. Can we believe it, man? 326 yards total offense for the Buffalo Bills, 261 yards for the Texans. As you can see, they didn't need that many yards on offense because that defense is one heck of a unit. They play some ball. Oh, man. The most important thing about all of this is not on here.
What's that?
So we could talk about the sack. The third downs, all that stuff. 5 for 16, 2 for 12, and all that good things, all those good things. But getting sacked 8 times, man, let me tell you.
Lost to 70 yards.
Lost to 70 yards in sacks. 8 sacks for a negative 70 yards, man. Listen, you cannot expect the Buffalo Bills to do anything like that, man. Go ahead, man. What is it going to take, man? What is it going to take for Josh Allen to get a Super Bowl on his resume as a Buffalo Bill? What is it going to take?
Man, you know what I didn't like the whole time, and not just today, but it goes on to basically his whole career. The praise Josh Allen get no matter what's going on. Josh Allen had 2 turnovers today, getting sacked 8 times for lost 70 yards. But the whole time it's like, whoa, Josh Allen did this. I'm like, can you recognize one thing?
He's Superman, man. He's the Superman of our era, man. There's a lot of expectation for Josh Allen, and I just don't think they're going to happen in Buffalo for some reason, man. The dialogue, the atmosphere, whatever it is, the concepts, whatever they're doing in Buffalo for Josh Allen, it's not working, right? And I know everyone is hyping Josh Allen up, and this may be possible. This is the year. Do anybody think this is possibly the year that the Buffalo Bills can win the AFC conference, the championship, and make it to the Super Bowl? Because it doesn't look like it to me at all. And I hope anyone's too excited about that, man. They don't do anything. But James Cook showed up tonight, man. James Cook showed up. James Cook, man, 17 carries, 116 yards. I think he averaged about 8 yards per carry. Something like that, man. And that was a big game for him against a really good defense. A really, really good defense. Josh Allen, 25 for 35, 262 yards. 0 touchdowns thrown or ran. I don't think he ran any either.
Nope.
2 interceptions and 8 sacks. I don't know who to give credit to, the Texans defense or blame this on Josh Allen, man. If y'all watch the game, Josh Allen was under the rest the whole game, man.
Yeah.
And then you got Khalil Shakir, man. Most of his yards came on that screenplay. He showed up big, and I think it was the fourth quarter to get the Bills down there to the red zone to hopefully try to score. And at the end of the day, they lost. They lost the game, man. But I was happy to see James Cook get cooking, man, and doing his thing, man. It was time for him to have another big game, and he showed up against a really good defense. You know, and that definitely is going to bring some confidence to the offense and James Cook himself. So I like it. I like what I saw from James.
This is actually the first game the Bills has lost since when James Cook got over 100 yards. So usually when they get over 100 yards, they win the game. But today, that defense, they said not today.
Yeah, you can get yards on passing the football, or you can choose to get yards running the football. They chose to get yards running the football today. That's the only yards the Texans was giving up. They're not going to give up rushing yards and passing yards. So they decided to give James Cook, give him his just due. They say it was time for him to have a 100-yard game. So the Texans say, we will put this pass rush on Josh Allen's ass. And James Cook, you can do what you need to do, you know? Mm-hmm. But when the score was 20-16 in the third quarter and Josh Allen was screaming for his life, I hope y'all remember in the third quarter, he was running left and right, east and west, no north and south. It was at that moment Josh Allen knew he couldn't win this game by himself. It was at that moment, man. The Texans were stopped on the next possession, but it was nothing but flags, a fumble, and sacks pretty much to finish the game for the Bills. Mm-hmm. But at that time, Josh Allen had somewhere between 134 yards passing. So what we seen, the total yards, all of that came towards the end of the game when he was trying to win the game. But obviously, they had an opportunity to win the game. Josh Allen just didn't. They didn't figure out a way to close the game. And Superman can't do it all by himself, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of yards at the catch too. It was Khalil Shedeur, he had a 46-yard catch, and then that 4th and 27 was another 30
play by Josh Allen.
So like 2 catches that damn near for 80 yards.
Yeah, that screen, man. It was a screen play. But what I didn't like about the Buffalo Bills, and we talked about the Buffalo Bills last week, they don't have any threats on offense to help Josh Allen except for James Cook. There is no one at receiver who anyone respects on the deep ball. There's no deep threat, right? And there's basically no playmakers on offense. You're signing players from the street like Gabe Davis. Shout out to Gabe Davis. He's a UCF alumni. But, man, he's signing players off the streets. And what does that tell you? That tells me the scouting department for the Buffalo Bills need to be fired because they can't depend on Keon Coleman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they set him down for another game, too.
For another game.
They're not worried about
We're going to get to Keon Coleman. We're going to get to him. We're going to get to him. But, yeah. And then right after that series, right, everything went bad. Josh Allen finally gets some help. He gets some help from Ray Davis on the 97-yard kickoff return. Then the Bills let Davis Mills drive right down the football field during the 2-minute drill before the half and score again. The Buffalo Bills aren't going anywhere unless they can find a way to play some defense. And they're not really playing. I mean, if you want to look at this game like a pretty good game on defense for the Buffalo Bills, I guess you can. It was a backup quarterback. and then Davis Mills and a good defense. So I don't know. Was this considered a really good team,
Yeah.
I look at them like they're a really good team because when you can play defense, and you got the number 1 defense in the NFL. So you always have a chance to win when you got the number 1 defense in the NFL. Mm-hmm.
But when you go back like 2 weeks ago, that game against the Dolphins, so it was like, who are the Bills? Like they against the Dolphins, they lose 30-13. Next week they come back and beat the Chiefs. Then you see the game they had today, turn the ball over 3 times, 8 sacks. It's like I'm not really sure who the Bills are. So making that playoff run is like I can't see it.
You can't see it, yeah, because they're too inconsistent. It's an inconsistent team. This team all depends on what Josh Allen does for this team, right? And we seen it on that 4th and short, that 4th and 1, 4th and inches. Man, we was expecting him to do the tush push because he's pretty good at doing it as well. He jumped over the pile like Superman. He really believes in this Superman thing, and that is a negative on his part, because he shouldn't have to feel that way. But the Buffalo Bills have him feeling that way because he has to do everything. He only has one playmaker on offense, and that's just not fair to Josh Allen. And my thing is, man, if Buffalo Bills can't help Josh Allen get to the Super Bowl no time soon, you got to stop wasting this man's career and let him get somewhere who can get him where he needs to get to, man, because he needs that on his resume. I don't want to see him go down like Dan Marino. I don't want to see him go down playing great football, being one of the most essential polarizing quarterbacks to play the game, right? Mm-hmm. And never winning the Super Bowl, winning MVPs, having all the yards and so on and so forth. But you have to win a Super Bowl, man. And Gabe Davis, man, he almost showed up. He almost showed up. He almost beat Derek Stingley on that fade route to put the Bills at like 5 yards away from scoring. He almost showed up. And when you play cornerback, he don't care, man. You don't care whatever happens to stop that receiver from catching the football. The credit goes to the cornerback. Uh-huh. And that's a good play by Derek Stingley. Even though Gabe Davis was supposed to stick 1 foot in and keep 1 foot in. He had 1 foot in. He was supposed to keep the other foot in bounds, and that play would have counted. If that catch would have counted towards the end of the game, that fade route, Buffalo Bills probably would have came out with a victory. They would have been 5 yards away from getting a touchdown. But hey, man, it's part of the game. And then here we go, man. We got Woody Marks, man. What I liked about Woody Marks, the running back for the Houston Texans tonight, man, short yardage, man. Short yardage, he was a beast. 3rd and 2. I mean, first contact, second contact, he couldn't be stopped. On a 4th and 1, I don't know if it was the Buffalo Bills defense just that sorry or what, but they aren't tackling. That's safety number 24, whatever his name was. I can't think of his name. Man, he has to wrap up. He has to wrap up. But Woody Marks, man, he stepped up, man. He runs strong, runs very, very hard. And I like him as a running back, maybe a backup. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. David Mills, 16 for 30, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I don't think he was sacked tonight. 53 percentage completion rate. So
no sacks.
He hid behind that number 1 defense. Ain't nothing else to say. When you have number 1 defense on your team, that's a part of your team. And hey, you play to win the game. And that's what Davis Mills did today. He played to win the game. Mm-hmm. He started off a little shaky, like I said. He was it was a few opportunities Davis Mills missed in the beginning of the game. And then he began to settle down. But in the beginning, man, he missed few passes in the first quarter. Then he threw some terrible fade routes to a couple of receivers, man. In the first half, and if he completes most of those passes, the Bills, man, will get blown out. They would have got blown out tonight,
Mm-hmm. One of the biggest drops he had was right after that kick return. It was about to go into halftime. The kick return that could shift the whole momentum. Bills get the ball back at the halftime, but he got a chance. He got the ball, drove down, and got a touchdown. And sucked all the wind out of the Bills. So that was a great job right there for him to go down and get that touchdown right before the half.
Right. Mm-hmm. Remember, y'all remember when Josh Allen went down this game? It was very scary, man. It was very scary. At first, I was thinking, maybe he had a shoulder injury or something like that, the way he reacted and seeing, how Josh Allen was on the ground. But let me tell you what happened to Josh Allen, on that play when Will Anderson Jr. got the sack, when he was hurt for a play, right? That play I'm talking about, the corner of Will Anderson Jr. shoulder pads hit that funny bone in Josh Allen's elbow, and his arm went into shocking pain. Unable to move, that type of pain, right? Mm-hmm. And when you hit that funny bone good, boy, real good, it takes at least 5 minutes to regain normal feeling in your arm. That nerve is just throbbing through your arm. I've even heard of people passing out after hitting that funny bone and can't take the pain. Like it's crazy, man. With
Passing out?
that nerve. Yeah, I heard you Google it, man. I've heard people passing out after hitting the funny bone, and the pain was too much to bear, and you just pass out.
Jeez.
And that's what it looked like Josh Allen was going through on that ground. It was like it was like the left side of his arm was like kind of paralyzed. It was like, man, it was a really scary moment, man, if you was watching closely, but it kind of looked like it was a shoulder injury. And I'm sure people didn't catch on that. That's that funny bone, man. That's that funny bone. That funny bone, we all hit our funny bone, man, in our life, man. And yeah, man. But yeah, like I said, man, Davis Mills, man, he missed so many opportunities in the beginning of the game, man. And Texans stayed in the game because of the Bills' defense. Well, they won the game because the Bills' defense is just so bad. You know, so many times receivers wide open tonight, and Davis Mills couldn't, he couldn't make the throws until that second half or till he started to settle down. When he settled down, man, I don't know, man. He started. It's like he's giving C.J. Stroud a run for his money, man. So he's looking good, man.
I don't know. We're going to see, man. They 3-0 with Davis Mills as a starter since C.J. Stroud been out, but he's expected to be back next week. So
3-0, man.
They got the momentum right now. If he,
it's all about
if
winning, man.
Yeah, if he come back in, you think if C.J. Stroud come back in the game and then they go back to losing, you think they're gonna make that switch, or that's the man? C.J. Stroud is the man.
Man, no, C.J. Stroud is the man. There is no messing with C.J. Stroud and him starting as the quarterback for the Houston Texans. You will be insane. You think they messing with the golden child up there in Texas, man.
Yeah. Davis Mills definitely had his chance already. He was already a starter for a few years, but it ain't work out.
Yeah. But didn't I tell y'all, man? Didn't I tell y'all about Keon Coleman, man? And I told you Keon Coleman's career pretty much a bust. He's pretty much a bust first-round pick for the Buffalo Bills. The Bills can't afford to waste any more first-round picks while Josh Allen is still around in his prime. They set him for the second straight game. And, yeah, they're obviously sending the message, right? And the Buffalo Bills it's imperative that they make these first-round picks count, man, and get Josh Allen what he needs to win the AFC Championship, man. And I bet, man, Keon Coleman is so naive. I bet he doesn't even know what is happening to his career at this moment right now. This is the second straight game being a healthy scratch, and I bet he ain't think once to try to go talk to the head coach and convince him he is ready to be a pro, because everyone can see how immature this guy is. You know what I mean? This young man.
I don't know. He's looking a little bit more serious on the sideline today, opposed to last week. Last week he was playing around, dancing, talking to everybody. Today he had like the serious face on the whole time.
Serious, huh? Yeah. He probably got the word out that you acting like a fool and you're a healthy scratch, boy. That means it's not looking good for you. Get your mind right. Act right. And he probably saw say what needs to be said. He seen us showing him the clip of him dancing on the sideline like everything is peaches and cream. And man, so I don't know, man, but that's the first thing you do, man. You got to go, talk and talk to people and let them know you're ready for change. And not only talk, you have to show as well.
Be about it.
You have to be about it, man. You have to be about it. What's up, chat? How we doing out there? Yeah, man. Shout out to my girl Joanna.
What I tell you about
Louisiana in the building, huh?
I say what I tell you about the Patriots. They 2.5 games ahead now.
Well, yeah, man. Patriots looking good. And we're gonna speak about the Patriots, I guess, man. Cam Newton, Drake May, and Stephen A. Smith, they all having a little powwow. And we're gonna get into that in a few segments, man. But let me know where y'all checking in from, chat, man. Y'all talk to us. We talk back, man. We like to chat with the chat, man. But Coach Prime, man, got Coach Prime, man. Coach Prime, got Coach Prime. And how we feel about Coach Prime? He's going through it, man. The season Coach Prime was expecting to have this season, man, is far from what he expected.
Yeah.
And I think it's 2 games left. Hopefully, man, Colorado can close this season out strong, man, and give everyone a dose of what to expect next season, because this season is pretty much a wrap. And the energy is bad when you think about Colorado. Next year, Coach Prime gonna change all of these things, man. But yeah, man, Deion Sanders on the hot seat, question mark. Colorado AD, Rick George, pushes back Emmett Buff's disappointing season. And yeah, I think it's way too early, man, to think about making a move on Coach Prime, man, with everything he has done in 3 years in Colorado. Not just on the football field, but as far as the economy goes and
For sure.
ticket sales and everything else. You know what I mean? And I just think Coach Prime just needs more time to find the right recruits for his program, right? At this moment, man, Colorado has 3 wins and 7 losses. Last season, Colorado finished 9-4. That's a big difference. Now, the sun ain't there no more, right? But I knew this season would be challenging based on, how good Shedeur was. And of course, Coach Prime developing Shedeur for such a long time, right? And I also think it's easy to replace Travis Hunter with the cornerback or receiver, but so that's not too hard of a job. But trying to replace a quarterback is a very difficult task, man. It's a very difficult task, man. It's a very difficult task.
Yeah, it's definitely too early to talk about the hot seat, man. He didn't just only change the football team, the atmosphere of the whole Colorado. He made a big difference, man. The attendance at school, the economies, the hotels, the restaurants, all that made a big change. So just to say, oh, you're done now because he had a bad season. No, it's a bouncing back season. And I think next year's he's gonna show him like I don't really, because a lot of people gonna put that narrative out there and say you only can win with your son, because that was the narrative before the season even started. But give him some time right now. He had to figure out which quarterback it was. He's bouncing back and forth from quarterback to quarterback. Next year, he's gonna have it all figured out, and it's gonna be that Colorado we used to seeing before, going back to 9 wins and more, way better than the season he had this year.
Yeah, man. I think recruiting downward, or if that's the correct word, right? Recruiting at a lower level school than the competition you're playing. I think that was a risk that Coach Prime took, man, and getting Caden Salter turned out to be a bad move, right? And the lack of talent on the defensive line caused the majority of the problems for Colorado's season. That was most of the issues: quarterback play and trying to stop the run, right? But I have a lot of faith in Julian Juju Lewis, right, and his abilities, what I've seen so far. And I don't know if Coach Prime has a place for Pat Schumer next season, being that, Pat Schumer is the offensive coordinator that was demoted quarterback coach. I don't know if you have a place for him around next season, but if he is still around for the development of Julian Lewis, I would be a little concerned. I'm going to be a little concerned.
Yeah. The one concern I do have about that is Coach Prime's health. Before the season, he had a big surgery, and he came out and let everybody know that it was going bad. He was going real down. He lost a lot of weight. He was stressed out. Surgery, it went good. Then he ended up coaching and everything. But during the season, he also had to stop making another surgery. So that was kind of a problem the whole season with his health, and that kind of scared me, because like being a football coach, it takes a lot. It takes you in the office almost 24/7. You traveling around, you watch a film, you recruiting. It's like it's not as a nonstop job, and I feel like his health should come first. Like more so is the health as a concern than him being able to turn that to a winning program for me.
Yeah, man. Because man. It's going to take time, man. It's going to take time. It's going to take Colorado recruiting better to stop the run, right? And just worry about finding players to rush the quarterback second. Stop the run, do the basics first, right? And I think Coach Prime is going to find the right players this season, right? But ultimately, you need players to stop the run, because you need to have the ability to force your opponent to pass. Just like we saw tonight, if you can't stop the run, it's hard to beat anyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And stopping the run is usually an issue for most college football teams on defense. It's just not a problem with Coach Prime. You see that, not too many teams are stopping the run. If they do, I don't even know what the number one defense is in college football, stopping the run, but it's probably, 200 yards or something like that, And just Colorado, I'm sure, is at the bottom of totem pole when
Definitely.
it comes to stopping the run. It is what it is. And they
It's funny
obviously
that
got to get better at that. You know what I mean?
it's funny that you said that because I remember an interview when he's back at Jackson State, and they asked him like what makes you so successful at like your job and everything. He's like making them pass. Like he's like
Yeah,
he's like
exactly.
he's like man, you take
Make
a for real. He's like stop the run and you take a big league and force them to have to pass. And that was kind of like the success at Jackson State. So I know that's probably what the one he want to get back to at Colorado.
Yeah, and for you for everyone that's out there still learning football, the game of football, don't understand every position. The defensive line, man. The problem with the defensive line for Colorado, man, is up front. They have a problem with gap control, lane assignments, right? And linemen getting too far upfield, worried about trying to get that sack because that's the flashy play, right? That's the big play. Instead of worried about squeezing the blocker in the holes when it's a run play. All those little things matter, right? And if you don't get those things corrected as a coach, your defense will give up chunks and chunks of yardage, right?
Letting guards get to the linebacker untouched without slowing
man.
them
There's
down.
so many little intricate details that you don't understand that comes into play, right? You know what I mean? But hopefully things will change, these next couple of games to end the season, like I said, right? Because I hope Coach Prime in Colorado could take these last 2 games, be successful, use that momentum and take it into next season, right? And with the recruits and all that good stuff, right? And that's at the end of the day, Coach Prime needs quality recruits to come to Colorado, And here's what Coach Prime had to say. Here's what Coach Prime had to say about his confidence, about his confidence being the coach or being the head coach for Colorado football.
What is the confidence level?
Let me start that over. Here is Coach Prime. What he had to say about his confidence being the head coach of the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yourself to do this job.
I never doubt me. I don't doubt me. Let's get that straight. I don't doubt me. So the next question. The confidence level of me doing this job, yes. I'm built for this. I don't doubt me.
How do you explain the past couple of weeks to recruits and their parents?
Hey, talk that one thing about Coach Prime. He gonna talk that talk. I don't doubt me, baby. You know what I mean? Hey, if you ain't got confidence like Coach Prime, man, I don't know what you're doing out here, man. You got to have the ultimate confidence in yourself. Because no one else is. Only your mama and probably your daddy. 9 times out of 10, your daddy probably don't. Your mama will. You know what I mean? So make sure you have the same confidence in yourself. Talk to us, Coach Prime.
I don't have to explain it. They saw it.
Ooh.
See, you got to understand, if you're a dog, you want to come here and help me.
How do you explain the past couple of weeks to recruits and their parents?
I don't have to explain it. They saw it. See, you got to understand, if you're a dog, you want to come here and right the wrong. If you're a cat, you look at the scoreboard and you run. Which one are you? A dog or a cat? Exactly. Let's go.
I want to know y'all honest opinion, man. Y'all feeling that recruiting pitch right there? If you're a recruiter or you're a parent and, your son, your child is thinking about going to Colorado, do you think your son could go up to Colorado and make a change? Because there's opportunity on offense, there's opportunity on defense, there's opportunity at quarterback position. Do you believe? Talk to me.
I agree with him, man. If you don't feel like you come here and make a difference and be that dog to change this program and help me turn this around, and you second guessing it because you seen what just happened, you shouldn't be here then. Like, that's not the person I'm looking for.
Right. Yeah. And at the same time, like you said, man, yeah, anyone could go to the top programs and hopefully become a starter, win a position, and things like that. Man, it takes dogs to go to a program in need that needs players all over the place and show that you can make a change at one program, right? You can change your program all around, right? I think that is significant, man. But I don't know how much of a recruiting pitch the recruits will fall for that. You know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean,
don't know,
it's
man.
a little different recruiting these days, man. With the
It's a little
NIL,
different,
it's
man.
like it ain't about the hunger no more. It's about who got the
Yeah,
bag, who got this.
yeah,
Like, what you gonna do for me? It's more so that now than it is like trying to make it. You know, back in the day, it's like, man, I'm trying to make it the best way I can. Now it was
yeah,
like, shit, I'd rather stay in college for 8 years.
yeah. But I do believe, man. I do believe Coach Prime is the man for the job. There's no doubt about it, man. He just needs time. He needs time to adjust to the circumstances after the first season without Shedeur. That would be hard for any coach taking on a job the first year without having their main player, which is the quarterback, which just so happened to be his son that he's developed his whole life. That is going to be difficult for anyone unless you somehow signed a 5-6-star recruit and he's already, in the wing ready to take over. You know what I mean? So that's why I say Coach Prime needs time. You know what I mean? And don't forget, man, Colorado isn't a place the recruits dream of playing. No one is dreaming to play for the University of Colorado. I mean, obviously, there's exception to the rule and people that live up there in Boulder, Colorado, but not too many people, especially the players or the gifted athletes down south. We don't like the cold. So it's not easy now, getting those top recruits to come out there on the West Coast. And it's also not easy to get back to winning without a solidified quarterback. And we all know that is Shedeur Sanders. But if somehow, some way, if God's willing, Coach Prime can get Colorado back to winning, man, that would be a huge plus for Coach Prime, showing what he can do as a coach in so many different circumstances and situations, man. So it'd be a big deal, man. I'm looking forward to Coach Prime this season. I think things are going to turn around, and I also think Julian Juju Lewis is an exceptional quarterback. I'm just a little concerned about his size. Maybe him being still mature, a little younger, and haven't developed into his manness. You know what I mean? And hopefully this, after this season, all those things manifest, and he gets bigger and stronger, and everything he needs to do to play quarterback for Coach Prime. But
You believe? So you believe he's going to be the guy next year?
Yeah, 100%. I think he's going to be the guy. I don't see who else is going to be the guy. Coach, I don't see any recruits in the stable right now that Coach Prime has his eyesight on, or anybody that is rumored to be coming to Colorado to play quarterback. So, but Julian definitely can play. He has the IQ of just like a Shedeur Sanders. I don't know about the athletic ability. I don't know about his height and things like that. All those things are concerned. But once you get on the football field and you deliver, man, none of that matters no more. So none of that matters anymore. We ain't got to worry about that. Right, chat? Do we believe in Coach Prime, chat, man? Or some of y'all don't believe Coach Prime is the man for the job, man? Y'all talk to me, let me know what y'all think in the chat. But I 100%.
I'm thinking they're gonna go after a quarterback though. Find a quarterback in the transfer portal.
Yeah. What do y'all think about Coach Prime's staff and who he's hiring and so on and so forth? Do you think all these ex-pro athletes are good coaches, or it's just a waste of time bringing them in and trying to help, develop the kids and things like that?
I think that's part of the recruiting he uses as well too. Like, man, we've been there, we've done that, we know what we're doing. We could take you to the next level. That's how you get people in the door as well, like with the best of the best. So I feel like that's part of the recruiting as well. And like on the field as wise, I mean, you gotta gel together and make sure everybody on the same page as coaching wise. That's how I feel.
Right. For sure. All right, man. Shedeur Sanders. Woo! Shedeur Sanders will get his first start of the season Sunday against the Raiders. Clap it up for Shedeur, baby. It's what we've been waiting on. I'm 2 weeks late on my prediction. Week 12, Shedeur Sanders is starting. Hey, man, and it's showtime, baby. Cleveland Browns, 42nd. Different quarterback to start since the franchise returned to the NFL in 1999. Rookie quarterbacks have a 0-17 record in the first start since 1999. And let me tell you, man, if Shedeur Sanders can somehow get this victory, man, it is going to explode. It's going to be crazy in the NFL world, and especially in the city of Cleveland,
They gonna burn
Ohio.
Cleveland
Man.
down.
Yeah.
After a
Hey,
win.
man, for some reason, man, and Dylan Gabriel is still in the concussion protocol after a tackle that we didn't even realize he needed that kind of attention. Did anybody realize that Dylan Gabriel was hurt the way the Browns are reporting that he's hurt? Not me, but whatever. But Shedeur, man, Shedeur has an opportunity of a lifetime, man. He has an opportunity to establish himself as one of the good players in the NFL, right? This game will be a lot different for Shedeur. It won't be like that last mess he went through last week without practicing, without him, being prepared, the way he's supposed to be prepared from his coaches and things like that, And let me tell you one thing, and I want us to pay attention to this. Everybody pay attention. Kevin Stefanski is going to hate watching Shedeur get his shine on. Shedeur Sanders can throw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and Kevin Stefanski still wouldn't bench his boy Dylan Gabriel. It doesn't matter how good Shedeur plays. He will make an excuse for Dylan Gabriel before he benches Shedeur Sanders. Quarterback Shedeur Sanders makes his first start Sunday versus the Raiders. And this is Kevin Stefanski. The rookie will take first-team reps practice throughout the week for the first time. And quote, Kevin Stefanski, I think you're always trying to do that with all your players to make sure that they are comfortable. And it's so different, and it's no different with Shedeur in there. Stefanski said Wednesday, you want to make sure that all the concepts are things that he feels confident in. Obviously, having been around him over the months, you get a good sense of the things that fits his eyes. So definitely want to lean into the type of things he's working very hard. Lean into those type of things. He's working very hard. I'm sure he is. Shedeur want it, baby. You know what I mean? But let's talk about what to expect from Shedeur Sanders with the full week of preparation as the official starter for the Cleveland Browns, right? First of all, I expect Kevin Stefanski to run the football more than they pass because that's Kevin Stefanski concept when he runs his offense. That's what he was doing with Dylan Gabriel. You know what I mean? At least to start the game in the first half. It should be heavy run, and that run should be opening up the pass for Shedeur. You know what I mean? And I get it. Shedeur has bad habits, and Shedeur probably will get sacked more than twice, 2 or 3 times. That's something he needs to work on, right? And I think Shedeur will complete about 55% of his passes. And Jerry Jeudy, I don't know if he had a 100-yard game yet, but this probably will be, he will have a 100-yard receiving this game. And if he didn't have 100 yards receiving yet this season, this will be his first game.
Yeah, right here.
This will be it. Shedeur, I'm predicting, will throw for over 275 yards.
Jeez.
He will have 2 touchdowns and maybe 1 interception. I'm not going to say he's going to have an interception, maybe 1 interception.
Mm-hmm.
And I expect a ton of rookie mistakes. He's going to make mistake after mistake after mistake. He hasn't played as much as other rookies. But the difference with Shedeur will recognize his mistakes quickly and correct them immediately. You're right. And in order for Shedeur to avoid those sacks that he keeps dealing with, he has to make 1 or 2 quick reads and make a decision. Either create more time to get the ball out and get the ball down the field, or take off with the football because we all know the Cleveland Browns offensive line. They sure ain't the best of the best, you know what I mean? But Shedeur definitely can't be holding that football too long this weekend, man. And we don't want to see him holding that football. And if you could see just with him playing in the second half, he understood and he was trying to get the ball out fast, but it's hard adjusting to the speed in the NFL when you're so used to playing quarterback and on a college level for so long. You know what I mean?
Man, this is a great opportunity for Shedeur Sanders. They playing against the Raiders, and then they got a top 5 defense against Geno Smith, and then he got a chance to actually go out there. I don't know about 275. 275 was a lot of yards, but I got him going over 225 passing. But he got to watch out for Max Crosby. Max Crosby going to be
how many
coming for him.
passing attempts do you think Shedeur Sanders will have? Remember, Dylan Gabriel was throwing at 42, 45, but some of those attempts came because, they was losing and trying to come back and things like that.
Around 35 to 38 attempts.
Oh, man, if he get 35, 38 attempts, I bet my bottom dollar Shedeur Sanders throws for over 275 yards. Now, the X factor is being that he doesn't have the elite receivers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Somebody's going to come down and make some plays for Shedeur. The confidence level, the energy, the will to want to do things better everything is going to be times 2, when he's at quarterback. You know what I mean?
He definitely going to attack downfield in the middle of the field, unlike we've seen previously with the Browns.
Yeah. Everything, man, but everything that has been going on with Shedeur, man, since the draft, let me tell you, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's definitely intentional, right? And I don't trust Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski when it comes to Shedeur, right? All of a sudden, Kevin Stefanski makes a change at offensive coordinator, if y'all didn't know, and he removes himself from the job and bringing Tommy Rees. And Tommy Rees is now the calling the plays as the offensive coordinator. Soon after Stefanski makes the change, Shedeur gets a chance to play. Like Stefanski wants to make the new offensive coordinator the scapegoat for how they're handling Shedeur or something. You know what I mean? See what everyone has to understand. Shedeur moving up from the backup quarterback wasn't supposed to happen under Stefanski's watch. Stefanski never expected this to happen. And just recently, when Stefanski had to announce that Shedeur would be the starter, is when he started saying Shedeur's name. He would very rarely say Shedeur's name. He wouldn't want to pronounce Shedeur's name, like it was going to cause some issue with anything. But now that he's a starter, he don't have a choice. But I feel, man, there must be some kind of sworn secrecy between Kevin Stefanski and his agent about Dylan Gabriel, man. This is just too much. This is too much, chat. It's too much. And Stefanski refuses to let go and let God. He want to interfere with what God is trying to do. That's what Stefanski is trying to do. He refuses to let go and let God. Right? Trees.
Yes, sir.
He refuses to let go and let God. He think he could interfere with what God has planned. Man, Stefanski is crazy, man. If Shedeur teammates are speaking up for Shedeur in the wake of this rough start, you will understand that they don't want anything to do with Dylan Gabriel. You could tell the energy from the players is they want to see Shedeur Sanders at quarterback because they are tired of what they've been seeing already from Dylan Gabriel. It's as simple as that.
Man, they got that top 5 defense, man. They don't want to waste that. They out here. Myles Garrett's getting sacked after sack.
I know. One drive in which he kind of walked and just told him to keep his head up. I know there was one drive in which he.
So this is Myles Garrett speaking about Shedeur Sanders after the first game, right? And understand how. Feel his energy. Think about what he's saying.
He kind of walked off, and I saw him. He was putting his head down. I know he was kind of thinking about, I know he wants to make the play. He wants to, have that game changing drive because, he feels like he has that ability, and we've seen it. So. Don't be discouraged from one drive or 2 drives. It's a good football team over there. So just trying to keep him to keep his confidence high, and keep on chasing that standard which he set. And we're gonna continue to support him. He spoke after the game, and he wanted to pin it on himself and his performance, but we're not gonna allow him to do that. It's a team game, so we're all in this together.
I said he addressed the entire team in the locker room after the game.
Man, when Dylan Gabriel was at quarterback, the tone was totally different. Myles Garrett barely had anything to say about Dylan Gabriel. Now Myles Garrett is on the podium expressing his comfort and how much he got Shedeur Sanders back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that the Cleveland Browns, they are frustrated with the lack of offense and things like that. You know what I mean? Even one of the offensive line complained about the offense, you know, because they wasn't doing their part, and defense continues to show up each game, and the offense just sucked. Their own offensive players are talking about the offense. You know what I mean? Because they want change. They want to get better. And Kevin Stefanski wasn't doing anything until he was forced to somehow, some way. Because I don't know whenever Dylan Gabriel supposedly was hurt. You know what I mean?
Got the concussion.
Got a concussion. Now, man, now you hear Myles Garrett showing his confidence in and supporting Shedeur Sanders because they can feel it, man. They can feel it.
Man, I remember Myles Garrett in the preseason saying, "We gonna need you." Like he was already confident from him from the training camp.
They was big catching vibes. You understand?
Yeah.
Like,
so I know he excited for him to finally get his chance and like let him know, yo, we got your back. We gonna go out there and play our hearts out for you because we know you gonna go out there and play your hearts out for us.
Right. Now think about this, right? In quarterback competition and the levels of play and things like that, right? Shedeur Sanders can easily play to the level of Dylan Gabriel. But Dylan Gabriel can't play to the level of Shedeur Sanders. He can't play the level that Shedeur Sanders plays at. And we didn't see a bunch of runs when Shedeur was in the game, like we see over and over when Dylan Gabriel is back there. It's obvious what's going on, and that Kevin Stefanski doesn't have any faith that Dylan Gabriel can lead his team to scores as a passing quarterback. But in my mind, the way my mind reads things and how I evaluate things, call me crazy. You know, that's why I just say what needs to be said. and the crazy, how crazy these things are, Stefanski knows Shedeur Sanders can lead his team to scoring touchdowns, passing the football. That's why he's trying to prevent him from getting on the field and hold him back, because he doesn't want that to expose what he has going on with his team and Dylan Gabriel. It's as simple as that.
It's a crazy conspiracy theory right here.
It's as simple as that.
I know he can score, so I ain't gonna let him go score. That's what you're saying.
Because I don't want any other quarterback. I will put him in the game and let them go scoring, lead our team to more scores. But Shedeur Sanders, I cannot let him establish himself in the NFL, because once Shedeur goes out and establishes himself, it's over with. You understand what I'm saying? There's no more hiding him. There's no more keeping him away from things like that. There will be 32 other teams that are ready to sign him because they understand that he can get the job done. Look at Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll had an opportunity. You know what I mean? If he can take the opportunity back and know Shedeur Sanders will win and, produce for him, he will 100% take him. But it's too late now. You wanted to make up all these excuses of why he shouldn't be a first rounder, and he went with Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart didn't save his job. Brian Daboll has to live with that. So and I don't understand, man, on Twitter, man. I don't understand why people are rooting for the young man Shedeur Sanders to fail.
And he like that since day one.
Exactly. All he's trying to do is accomplish his dream. Like, who roots for someone to fail and they don't even have anything to do with that person's life associated with them or anything? You're just rooting as a hater for someone to fail. The haters don't even want Shedeur to have a chance to succeed. And it's just like whenever you're popular or when someone becomes a superstar, people automatically find a reason to hate on that person for no apparent reason.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, as soon as you become a superstar, it means I have to deal with hatred. I have to deal with all the unnecessary things that I am not used to dealing with. I was used to having friends and being friendly with everyone. Now, people don't like me because I'm on TV shining and doing my thing. That's just human nature. That's what I found out. And it's so sickening to see. I mean, your best friends, your siblings, your family members, anyone will start becoming envious, hatred, and have hatred towards people because of success and things like that, man. So, man, you got to stay away from those type of people. Go ahead.
For real, man. It's just crazy seeing people celebrating like his like, I'm not even gonna say failures, because that really failures because it wasn't up to him. You know what I mean? But just seeing him fall on the draft. I just seen like so many people celebrating him falling in the draft, him being a third string. So many people celebrating that. Why y'all want to celebrate like what he's going through? I don't understand that at all. Not one bit of me understand that.
Not
so I'm
one
like
bit.
and that gives me honestly, that gives me another reason to cheer for him. Like, damn, man, I see all the stuff that you're facing. Like, I wish he's gonna do good, man. This gonna be a good audition for him this week. It may not even be for the Browns, but somebody gonna see it and gonna love what they see and make a move and try to go save
That's
his man's career.
It has to be sickening to have all that hatred in your heart. And most people, man, is usually, some younger. You have the older, ignorant people as well, but the younger, different color that of us, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Always trying to make this about a white and black thing. That's usually what steers up the hate. It's like they don't want to see him succeed because of his skin color and that he's flashy and things like that, and only reason they are making that type of situation because he's popular in his skin color. It's usually what I see. I'm just calling what I see, right?
Mhm.
And on Twitter, Twitter is no place for the weak. If you're weak, stay off of Twitter. You weak mentally and emotionally and all those things. Twitter is not for the weak. Us all on Twitter, you see these faceless people just making comments, hatred comments. Oh, he wasn't a fifth rounder anyway. If you think Shedeur Sanders wasn't a fifth rounder, then all the players before him, so Dylan Gabriel was supposed to be drafted before Shedeur Sanders. There's no way anyone can tell me that's a true statement. So at worst, Shedeur Sanders should have been a third rounder before Dylan Gabriel, right?
Listen, the people that say this stuff probably never even watched a snap of Shedeur Sanders. They're just saying it just to say it. They got nothing going for themselves, so they just put their hate on other people, man. That's what
where do these people grow up at? What part of the world do they live in? Who are raising these people? Like how? Like why can't people find some type of motivation or inspiration out of things that are positive in the world? Why do people have to figure out a way to consistently find hatred in their heart? Like I could put up a picture of Shedeur Sanders right now on Twitter and be like, yeah, man, Shedeur Sanders, he's gonna go out there and have an exceptional game and, get the victory, X, Y, and Z. Just, giving them some support and motivation and whatever. Man, it would be tons of hate just flooding the comments instantly because of who he is. And yeah, just no reason. It's just like sickening, man. I guess this is the new way of life with social media, man. New way of life with social media. We here now. Usually we used to pull up. But hey, any predictions, man, in the chat, man, and what are y'all expecting from Shedeur? Do you expect them to win, first of all? Oh, we forgot to talk about that. I like that they're playing against the Raiders. That gives them more of an opportunity too, man. They aren't, known as a defensive, having a great defense or, a coach that's a guru for a defense. When you was playing against Baltimore, it got a little tricky and things like that. But now I think this is definitely a better challenge. Geno Smith and Shedeur Sanders, that's a pretty good matchup, them two going head to head. Shedeur Sanders can definitely play or outplay Geno Smith, if you're asking me. So yeah, man. The only thing about it, man, the weapons that Shedeur Sanders have, man, is heavy dose of Quinshon Judkins, man. Heavy dose. And he needs to look for Njoku, man. Your tight end is the quarterback's favorite, is the quarterback's best friend, man. So when quarterbacks is getting, used to the style of play, or they need to get comfortable or start getting in the rhythm, that quarterback, that tight end is the closest pass to you, man. So Shedeur, if you hear this, man, look for Njoku, man, Njoko. However you say his name, man. I'll be all over the place. But yeah, man, get the ball to Njoku. the tight end, man. The tight end. But yeah, I can't wait to see this game this weekend. 4 o'clock, 4:25. I don't know what time they play the Raiders. 1 o'clock, something like that. But yeah, man, Shedeur gonna be out there shining, man. And yeah, he's gonna have about 5 games left after this game to continue, make a name for himself. So
Yes, sir.
shout out to Shedeur, man, and the Sanders family, man. We understand y'all under attack, man. Right, chat? Anyway, I don't see any predictions, man. I don't see any predictions.
Oh yeah, I definitely
Don't be
got.
laughing at me, Joanna, talking about. Yeah, I know his name, David. I was trying to say the last name. I was saying 5519 say Steelers truth, huh? Truth seekers. Oh, I thought you was talking about the Steelers. 5519 truth seekers. Yeah, man, we truth seekers, man. If you want the truth, man, come to say what needs to be said. We gonna give y'all the real spill, just like we about to give y'all the real spill with our good brother Cam Newton, man. And y'all know Cam Newton, he ain't holding back on anything that he feels. And Cam Newton is one of those brothers that ain't scared to say what he feels needs to be said. And he's rattling feathers again. And Stephen A. Smith jumped right in the fire because he felt offended. Everyone doesn't know about his show. Go figure. The first take, Stephen A. Smith is upset because a top quarterback doesn't know about First Take and all of the people broadcasting on First Take. But hey, man, Cam has a point, man, with his comments about the Patriots and Drake May. I guess you want to put Drake May in there, calling them fool's gold, right? He has a point, but don't get it twisted. Like we just talked about, Drees, the Patriots are a good team, because they are well coached and they have a genius offensive coordinator in Josh McDaniels, if you didn't know. You know what I mean? And that record, man, that path, man,
Yeah.
the road to the Super Bowl through the AFC, man, is wide open in my opinion. And I don't see a for sure winner in the AFC right now. So it's wide open. And the path for the Patriots, like you said, just in the AFC East, we seen the Bills go down today. Patriots are number 1, man.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know about the playoffs when the playoffs come, but number 1 seed for sure, because they got the easiest schedule left, man. They gotta play some easy teams.
I don't know about the playoffs when the playoffs come.
But I know they're gonna be the number 1 seed. They're gonna have their first round bye. They're not playing a wild card.
Yeah, man. That's 2 games. There's only 2 games you need to get to the Super Bowl. That is the recipe to get into the Super Bowl. That's a recipe when you set out your goals for your season, man. Win your division, be number 1 seed in the conference, and get that first round bye. And you only have to win 2 games to get to the Super Bowl. That sounds way easier than playing that wild card game, playing another game, and then, that's too many games to have to win straight to get to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Sure. But like I said, man, Cam, he does have a point. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, the Patriots and Mike Vrabel, man, they are in a good place, right? And I think it's about good timing. Timing, it handles a lot of issues, right? And timing for the Patriots is the biggest thing they got going to win a Super Bowl or make it to the Super Bowl. Because like we said, talked about the schedule, getting Mike Vrabel, him landing Josh McDaniels, everything timed up perfectly. But Cam Newton, man, he seems to think, and these are his words, like I said, fool's gold, right? He think the Patriots are fool's gold, meaning they aren't like that. And the Patriots aren't like that. And they will be a one and done when the playoffs come around. That's his words. And Drake May responded saying he doesn't know what show Cam Newton is on. And whoo, that got Stephen A. Smith uptight. Stephen A. Smith could not go one day without clapping back. And let me tell you, man, he's going off. Let's listen to Stephen A. Smith.
This kid, he can run it, he's tough, he's poised, and he's absolutely dynamic in the pass game. And this team under Mike Vrabel can win the AFC Championship.
He's also a liar.
Oh.
He's also a liar. First of all, let me tell you, it's not to brag, listen. Pardon the interruption.
That was pretty stern and loud and proud. He's also a liar. Man.
Is the #1 show on ESPN spanning 20 plus decades. First Take is the #1 morning show, 13 years and counting. April will be 14 years. Don't tell me you are an athlete and you don't know that. Don't tell me you are an athlete and you don't know that Cam Newton ain't on the show. You lying. That's #1. #2, I'm going to take it to a more serious tone with that because I get what
Does it sound a little self-centered to y'all? Or is it just me? Or maybe everyone should know. Everyone in the world should know. Or if you play sports, you should know everything about Stephen A. Smith's show. Let's carry on.
You're coming from RC, and I don't disagree with you. But how about athletes looking out for athletes? I remember when there was a time when it was so much media that we were saying, athletes, once you're not playing anymore because of your expertise, y'all should be on TV. The opportunity should be there. One of the problems sitting here right in front of y'all, right? This is First Take. There's nothing that I know about football. Opportunity should be there. One of the problems sitting here right in front of y'all, right?
That's what he's trying. He's boasting again. He's boasting and bragging. He's acting like he's giving us athletes the opportunity to sit in that seat in front of him on First Take. He can't help but be a self-centered guy and think that he owns the media world and everyone should. Oh my gosh, these type of people here. Carry on.
This First Take. There's nothing that I know about football that they haven't taught me. I was a reporter. Ain't play no damn football. Don't tackle me. Don't hit me. No, I don't want it. You understand what I'm saying? I sit up there and I learn from these folks, the people that played in this game, that, when it's over, what are we looking for? What do we want to do? And the media offers former professional athletes opportunities that corporate America, for the most part, ain't doing. But a professional athlete performing because he in his feelings, because somebody might have critiqued him or some weak.
Hurry up, brother. You just rambling now. Just hurry up. You caught up and you don't know what to say and you're trying to bring it back in, but go ahead.
Reporter or pundit on radio gonna ask the question out of context. Out of context. They misquote Cam, all right? Because like Cam said, he was talking about the Patriots, not him. And you're going to ask the question, well, ask it accurately instead of misrepresenting Cam Newton. And if you're a player, how about knowing that, Drake May, you were at Carolina. We like what we're seeing from you now. We didn't see that last year in New England. We damn sure didn't see it in North Carolina. This brother right here is a national champion.
Man, all that sounded at the end out of context. He ain't know how to reel it in and conclude his little segment going off on Drake May, man. But let me tell you, Stephen A. Smith, man, he's a wild man. He's a wild man to call someone a liar in front of a national audience about something he doesn't have any facts about. That's shocking. He's calling Drake May a liar in front of a national audience about something he has no facts about. And let me tell y'all, young players entering the NFL really don't focus on sports shows or know who is what and what is what.
That's a fact.
What time, what comes on, what's the name of this show, and so on and so forth. I damn sure didn't. Until someone mentions my name or their name in a negative way, then we become familiar with what's going on because we want to respond. We want some smoke. We got something to say. That's the only reason these sports shows have our attention when we're playing football. Other than that, we aren't thinking about these sports shows. If anything, put our highlights on your sports show, and that's all I want to see. You put my highlights on your sports show. Let me hear you talk about my highlights. And yeah, I want to watch your sports show because I want to see my highlights. But other than that, bro, I might want to hear you speak about football, and like you said, like bro, like Drake, bro, he's getting beside himself, man.
You talking about for 14 years we've been the number one show, man. I never paid attention to none of the shows that come on. Honestly, I don't know who's the cast members or whoever you call the host and all that stuff for shows. I can't tell you. I don't know.
And then to make matters worse, when Drake made when First Take airs, when First Take airs, Drake May is usually at practice or in meetings or something like that. He really doesn't know what's going on. If Stephen A. Smith really thinks Drake May know that Stephen A. Smith, Cam Newton, and whoever else is on First Take and First Take is the number one show in the nation, Stephen A. Smith, you are really beside yourself, brother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen A. Smith just thinks everyone in the sports world knows him and what he's accomplished. He's the type of guy, man. He's the type of guy that if you don't know who he is in public, he feels offended. He gets in the feelings a little bit. And you have to watch out for those type of people. Those type of people, they tend to be snakes, man. You know, they'll go right behind your back, even though you good with them. Y'all good peoples and things like that, but they'll go right behind your back and snake you because it has to be all about them. And you heard, I don't know if y'all heard about Stephen A. Smith and Max Callahan, but yes, those are the snaking stories. You know what I mean? And for Drake May, man, it sucks, man. It sucks for a younger player that looked up to an older player that's on television being critical, right? To see your favorite player when you were a kid critique you as an adult, I mean, it's heartbreaking, man. It's heartbreaking, but it's reality. There's no way around it. You know, there's just no way around it. But it's definitely heartbreaking. And Drake May feels like Cam Newton's comments, man, were directed towards him, which they really wasn't, but they really are because he's talking about the team. And when you're the quarterback of the team, you take the praise and you take the faults. You know what I mean? So when he's talking about fool's gold, I'm sure that struck Drake May in the heart. But Drake May is he's always been a big fan of Cam Newton, man. And even last year, him talking after games and doing the Superman things like that. So I know it was heartbreaking for him to see Cam Newton say some critical things like that, but gotta live with it, man. You know? And I just think, man, for us, me first, you got Cam Newton as well and the other players as well. It's just hard for us to evaluate quarterbacks nowadays because there are only so many quarterbacks playing ball like we are used to seeing 10 and 15 years in the past. You know? I don't
think there's any, honestly.
Right. You know what I mean? We just recently stopped seeing potentially the best quarterbacks to do it in Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and Peyton Manning, you know? And yeah, man, it's hard, man. It's hard not to expect quarterbacks to play at that level we're used to seeing because that's what we're used to seeing. What you want me to do? You understand? I don't know what they want me to do. But yeah, man, Cam Newton, man, you know, he's loud. He's not scared to go out there and jump in the fire. And, you know, he's not here to be quiet. He's here to make a name for himself. You know, one thing about Cam Newton, he isn't shy. He's never going to be shy. So shout out to Cam Newton, man. And I'm sure Drake May and Cam Newton would talk this out and they would be the best of buddies. And it won't be a big deal, but Cam is going to always ruffle some feathers, man. He's going to always ruffle some feathers. But let's talk about the Cowboys.
I be feeling like that's just I don't know. I just feel like that's your opinion. So you can think whatever you want to think. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. That's your opinion over there.
Yeah. You know, everybody feels different about these type of things, man. Some people feel opinion. Some people like, man, why are you saying my name? Is like, yeah, you signed up for this, man. They're gonna say your name. We're supposed to critique you. You know, you're supposed to talk to the media. You know. But let's talk about these Cowboys, man. The Cowboys got that victory. They looking good. And everybody think the Cowboys is going to the Super Bowl. Dak Prescott was on fire against who? The Raiders. And that's why I said Shedeur Sanders is going to throw for 275 yards because they are playing the Raiders. And you can't tell anybody from the Cowboys fans right now nothing. You can't tell them nothing. This is the year the Cowboys make it to the Super Bowl, I guess, because they won a game and they look very impressive. And I can't lie. Clap it up for the Cowboys. Y'all looked impressive. That was a good game. You know what I mean? And how many days has been since that victory?
They played on Monday, like 3 days,
Tuesday,
3 or 4
Wednesday,
days.
Thursday. Y'all had a very, very short week to feel good about y'allself and y'all team. Y'all had a very short week because the real test is going to be this Sunday at 4:25 against the Eagles. Is it 4:25 or 8:30?
No, 4:25.
4:25 against the Eagles. That is going to be the real test. And Dak Prescott, if you don't look nothing like you did against the Raiders, man, get rid of Dak Prescott. Get rid of everybody over there, man, because the same scenarios over and over. You play good. It looked like you're about to go to the Super Bowl, and you can't do nothing. And I'm sure Dak Prescott going to have something he does clumsy, something nobody understand at the end of the game to lose the game. And we will see how good the Cowboys
That's how the game will go, huh?
we gonna see how, because this is when you need to be playing good football this time of year if you're trying to do something. But guess who the Cowboys play after they play the Eagles?
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs, and then who else?
I don't know who they play after the Chiefs.
The Lions after that, man. If the Cowboys can win the next 3 games, we know that's not happening. I give them a little respect. But I can't lie, y'all. I like what Jerry Jones and Brian Schottenheimer are doing over there for the Cowboys. You know, I like the new strategy implementing and the new regime for a self-centered environment that never really had any disciplines and things like that. I like what they're doing now, and it's like they're trying to change things and make a turn. Might be a little too late, but whatever. You know, it's all good. You know what I mean? And they're doing things we're not used to seeing. Jerry Jones seems like they're getting all the bad apples off the team, and now they're implementing new rules and a new way of doing things, man. So I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Getting rid of Michael Parsons, man, and bringing that new energy to the defensive line is really paying off.
Yeah, we're gonna see that. We're gonna see how Quinn Williams really contribute to the defense when they're going against the Eagles. Because that's something I want to know. I want to know, like, is he really, because he had 2.5 sacks, I think, against Geno Smith coming in. And I'm like, is he really like that? Well, that's because he's going against the Raiders. I mean, I know he was get over it for the Jets, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Yeah. But just think about it. Michael Parsons, Jerry Jones would have gave that deal to Michael Parsons, man. Jerry Jones wouldn't be able to make the moves he's making and try to make his team better. Everything would have been tied up in Michael Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott. But since he got rid of Michael Parsons, didn't have to give him $150 million guaranteed. He was able to spread that money out, get the Kenny Clarks, get the Quinnen Williams. He paid Bland. Yeah, man. And so he's able to really build a team, and they're really going in the right direction, man. It's too many superstars on the team, too many entitled players will really screw things up, you know. And you have to have those players on the team that don't get a lot of attention, but they're very impactful role players or playing a role, you know. And I can't wait to see, man. I'm waiting to see this matchup this weekend, Quinyon Mitchell against either George Pickens or CeeDee Lamb, man. I don't know who he's going to be covering. If it was up to me, I would put him on a more explosive receiver. You know what I mean? CeeDee Lamb, he's more of a receiver that moves in and out. So if you're trying to lock him down and stop him from having a certain amount of catches or having a big game, it's going to be very, very hard because he's one of those hybrid type guys that they put in the backfield. They put him off the line of scrimmage. So it's hard to take him out of the game. And I think, me personally, I think George Pickens is more of a more explosive down the field type receiver. And I think that's who they should put him on, man. I think that's who they should put him on, you know. And this is the goal. This is the goal. Everybody is trying. This is the goal. Everybody trying to get that trophy, baby. Lombardi trophy. In the AFC, man. Denver Broncos first. Can you believe it? The Jacksonville Jaguars are second seed. Is that second or seventh seed?
Seventh.
Seventh seed. And then wait. First seed's tied. What we got? Second seed? Oh, I don't know, man.
Yeah, second seed Patriots. Seventh is
yeah.
Seventh is Jags. And then the third is Colts.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I can't wait to see that matchup, man. Quinion Mitchell, man. I don't know who's the best cornerback in the NFL right now, but he's definitely, giving everybody a run for their money.
I think I just saw a stat. It say he had like 365 targets or 0 touchdowns given up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but the Eagles got a chance.
Man. You got to get the football, man. Got to go get the football, man.
Yeah. Then the Eagles got a great chance right now to win the NFC East in the next 2 games. The first time a team repeated in 20 years in the NFC East. So they got a chance if they beat the Cowboys and then beat the Bears. They can wrap it up NFC East right then and there. In 2 weeks, they take care of business.
Say that again.
They can wrap up the NFC East if they win the next 2 games. The Eagles.
The Eagles? Fly, man. Got to get that bye week, baby. Get to that number 1 seed. Get that bye week. 2 games, and you in. Boy, ain't nothing like that feeling. Let me tell you, man. I think I had a bye week probably 3 times during my career playing in the NFL, man, in the playoffs, man. It's very
all the time you went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man. Yeah, exactly, right? Every time with the Super Bowl, I was just freestyling off the top of my head, not even paying attention. My first 2 seasons, I went to the Super Bowl, and then my 4th season in the NFL, I went to the Super Bowl, man. So it was a 4th or 5th. That was my franchise. It was my 5th season. So, yeah, man, got a lot accomplished, man. I got the big fat rings, man. But the most exciting thing, man, and I know we off subject right now. We just freestyling and having fun. But the most exciting thing when you get to the Super Bowl is selling them tickets, man. If you're a hustler and you're a hustler, you grew up being a hustler, man, only thing that is out there at the Super Bowl is money. Everybody got money. They trying to spend that money. And if you got anything that say Super Bowl in it, a ticket that'll let you in somewhere, man, you could, boy, it's time to hustle, boy. When you get to the Super Bowl, boy. Let me tell you. The most amount of money I made off tickets from 1 Super Bowl, I ain't lying to y'all, man. I ain't lying to y'all. $80,000 off Super Bowl tickets. You get 16 Super Bowl tickets. You get 2 really good seats up front. You get about 4 to 6, pretty good seats. Then you get about, I don't know how many that is. That's about 10. I don't know how many it is, but you end up with about 6 bad seats, 6 or 7 bad seats. But all the other seats are money makers. You got 2 that are bangers. You know what I mean? You got bangers, boy, that you could sell to Pepsi, you could sell to Coca-Cola, you could sell to any of these big companies out here. I'm giving y'all free game like y'all gonna be selling tickets sometime. But yeah, man, that was just giving y'all a little part of my life and what I be going through when I'm out there in the NFL and willing and dealing, man. And guess what? My coach this is a true story. When I played for the Patriots, you have a security gate that you got to go through. I called my guy, and I got all the players on the team lined up to come make this deal with the guy. They let him through the gate, and we made the deals right there in the parking lot.
Straight cash.
The safest place to do it. No police, nothing, nobody watching us. Only the Patriots got the evidence. You understand? And that burns up if it get too crazy. You know how that go. You know what I mean? So when you see your team going to the Super Bowl, just think about how much money your favorite player is going to make. Because if they selling,
imagine this year. I mean, these past years, them tickets like 10 times higher.
He's going crazy, and they ain't slowing down. It's like with inflation, these tickets just get crazy and crazy, man. It's like, but who's going to the Super Bowl, man? My Chargers didn't look so good, but listen. The AFC is wide open. I'm sticking with my picks. And the Chargers, man, listen. It's going to either be the Chargers, the Patriots, or the Broncos. And I don't know
You started believing Bum Nicks.
I mean, I don't know who else could possibly make. It's not even Bo Nix. It's that great defense, man. It's a great defense. X family, Twitter family, y'all understand that. Bo Nix, yes, he's growing and he's learning. He's trying to grow and be that superior quarterback, but he has a lot to learn, man. And we ain't gonna start on that tonight. We're gonna see y'all again this weekend, man. Next week, man, Thanksgiving, man, there's gonna be games Thursday, there's gonna be games Friday, and you're gonna have a tight schedule, man. You going to Dallas?
No, I'll be in Philly this weekend. I'm hosting a watch party in Philly.
Oh, you're going to Philly. What about that Thursday for the Chicago Bear game?
I'll be in Florida, but then I'll be in Philly on Friday again.
Friday again, yeah, man. My dog be grinding, man. He out here moving around, man, making things happen, man. Say what needs to be said. We taking over, man. Things are growing, man. We back in the algorithm, man. I don't know what happened to us, man, but appreciate y'all, man. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, continue to support, man. Let everybody know that all that other stuff people be hearing is fluff. You come to say what needs to be said, and you're going to hear the real deal, man. It's Thursday night, vibes. I'm Asante, Mr. Pick Samuel. That's my host over there.
2-3 Drees.
And, man, we had fun rocking out with y'all tonight, man. Shout out to the chat, man. So many of y'all in there, man. Some Bronco fans, Eagles fans, Bills fans, Cowboys fans. You got Raiders fans, man. It's all type of people, man. And we're going to see y'all next time. And, yeah, we out, man. See y'all next time. Peace out.